to go through any further changes then.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So sorry, just so I can clarify in my mind again, just very quickly. So with the information you were able to gather, what is information from the last? When did you say? You said October 22nd. We had a meeting for Jonathan at the GP.
So that was when hang on, let me just check back. Yeah, so on actually it was last year, October last year.
Yeah.
Where there was issues around his throat, clearing his throat. So that was last year, not this October, just gone.
Okay.
So it's over a year ago, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct, yes.
Yeah. And nothing else significant in his health, they said.
Okay, so they talked about the throat.
And the tic disorder. And that you mentioned something about his frequent hand washing at the time. And the cardiology review, which he has in August next year.
And so, but apart from that, everything was pretty okay with him.
Yes.
And then, in my case, what did they mention, please?
So it was about the blood disorder and the symptoms it causes, in terms of the pain, breathlessness, and the insomnia and anxiety, and that you shared with them about the issues with the neighbour back in August, and you were diagnosed with depression at the time with some other symptoms, and you started on antidepressant medication. And that you saw them again on the 12th of November about the depression and the medication.
And I think with my long-term health issue, they mentioned leg ulcers.
Yes, it did. Yes, they have mentioned the leg ulcers, and the pain and breathlessness, and that you require regular blood transfusions.
Yeah.
In terms of so social workers will be doing the assessment, they do write up a report of all the information that they've gathered from speaking to you, from seeing Jonathan, from all the the services that we've liaised with, because they will be liaising further with obviously with other services. They probably need to liaise with the housing and the police. They do at the end of the they do write quite a comprehensive report which they go through with you.
Okay.
So all this information is within that report. So you will be able to go through all the information we have when they write that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just I'm just surprised that they missed out the fact that I also suffer from priapism.
Okay. I'll obviously add that, make a note of it and make sure the social worker's aware. I mean, I'm not familiar with it. I'm not worried, but that's something you can tell the social worker a bit more about.
Well, I mean, it's one of the significant things that has led to me being chronically insomniac.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's something, key, then it's obviously has an impact, then it's something that you'll have to discuss with the social worker as well. Any other health issues?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I said, I only just went to see the GP after discovering that I was being spied on, and that's when basically they now gave me antidepressants.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's having to go through that experience has caused further trauma for me. Yeah. Obviously,
it's having quite an impact. Obviously, that will be taken into consideration in the assessment and any other support that you may need.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so if you just wait to get a call from another social worker, one of my colleagues, to arrange an appointment with you, to meet with you, kind of within the next few days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, quick question. Um, so the front door team is part of the multi-agency team.
Sorry, which service did you say?
Multi-agency safeguarding hub is the front door team part of that?
Yes. We all work together.
Okay.
Yes. So we just deal with the initial, any initial contacts that we receive and making inquiries and decision making around what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and if we feel that, more in-depth assessment and support might be needed, then we transfer to a different team. It's called the contact and assessment team.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the social worker, who'll be meeting with you to do assessment, that's the team they're in. So they do kind of more in-depth on kind of longer-term work than us in our team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess anything...
Yeah, just one last thing I just wanted to find out. So how were they able, or how are you guys able to access the information without his mother's consent?
Because you've got parental responsibility.
Yeah.
And felt that your consent was sufficient.
But from the conversation, I was confirming that I hadn't given consent yet. I did put that back in the email.
Okay.
And that's why I wanted this to be done via email, because until it was clarified to me, because if this has happened, and even though I've said, can we clarify it via email? I don't know if this is going to happen with contacting the schools as well too, or any sort of thing like that.
Yeah, so I guess we went on, we usually, we go by things, verbally over the phone, and because during our initial telephone conversation you agreed to the health checks, but you said you didn't want the secondary school to be contacted.
Yeah.
So we didn't contact any of the schools. We just did the health. That's it. And obviously, going forward, you'd be meeting with the social worker face to face, and everything would be in writing. And in order to contact the schools, I guess they'd want to get your written consent, meet with you, and they could do everything in writing, because I guess it is something just to consider, because within the assessment they do usually want to explore how Jonathan is doing at school, and whether it's possible to contact Cardinal Vaughan. But that's something you'll have to discuss with them in more detail around the services you do and don't want to be contacted, because obviously there's Notting Hill housing as well, where there's the police. So it's we can't liaise with all the services that are involved with your family.
Yeah.
And obviously you'll be able to meet face to face with the social worker to confirm who you agree them to for them to contact with, and it will be all in writing as well.
And has the police come back with the information that I have basically lodged a crime report about being spied on? Because if you liaise with the police, there should be information about that as well too, as well as a hate crime and harassment that I've lodged as well.
I mean, yes, we did have information from before that they logged your report in August, that you lodged the report about the neighbour having putting a camera in your flat and spying on you.
That's correct.
And obviously when with the other, obviously you spoke to us previously back then, didn't you, about it?
Yeah.
Let me just check if we have any other information. Yes, just that there isn't really any other information, just that the recordings, that they were quite inaudible. And that they couldn't, I guess, same as what you said, that they can't progress any further without, they need more evidence at this stage, because in terms of the recordings and evidence of the neighbour spying. So that's all we have at this point as well. So I guess that'll have to be.
Yeah.
I guess it's something you can explore further with the social worker around, what to do about that.
Well, that's the significant thing causing the trauma I'm going through right now. That's the most significant thing. Without that, I'm getting on with my life. Even though I have a significant health issue, without that having a major impact, I am carrying on with my life. I have looked after my son ever since he was in primary school and carried on perfectly fine, which is why I was quite happy for you to contact the primary school.
Yeah, and usually we don't contact previous schools, but if the social worker feels it would be helpful, then I can discuss that with you for the assessment.
Yeah.
Okay, so, any other queries, obviously the social worker will be in touch anyway very soon, so you can meet with them in the next few days and then discuss everything in detail.
Okay.
Okay.
Just very quickly, last thing before I go. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. My neighbor said a social worker came to my property a couple of months ago from social services.
Came to your property?
Came to actually look for me.
Okay. I'm not aware. Obviously, it wouldn't. I'm not aware. Well, that wouldn't have been from our service.
No.
Because obviously, we've only had telephone contact with you. And if we were, I'm not sure if it would have been from a different service. It definitely wasn't from our service. I'm not sure if maybe they were mistaken.
I asked him, if he was mistaken. I mean, he sounded like he was very sure, because he said he didn't leave because they came in through the front door, and he basically said he made sure he waited till they left.
Right.
Yeah. So I want to make some queries as to where that's from, because that's what he claimed to be sure about, positive about.
Yeah, maybe we need to check the further details from him, because it's definitely not anyone from our service. Obviously, as you're aware, we've only had telephone contact with you, and if we wanted to visit, that would be arranged with you and discussed with you. So it only happened now, that we decided to do an assessment. Someone will be in touch to arrange an appointment, but nobody would have visited in the past or very recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks very much for your help. I really appreciate it.
Okay, no problem. Thanks for your time, and someone will give you a call very soon to arrange an appointment.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for that.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye. 18th of November.